Hey guys, Aphobia again. Today we are coming out with the most requested video on all the platforms, from my YouTube to my Twitch to just whispers in game. Today is the add-on UI and macro guide. Yes, I know you guys have waited, but it is here. So real quick, I will say Omni-Bar has not been completely updated. So I can't show you guys the individualized customization options on what to track on Omni-Bar, but I will go over what Omni-Bar is in part of this guide. So we're going to jump right up on into it. If you guys enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. If you guys have any ideas for further content or videos, please leave it in the comments below. And I hope you guys appreciate and enjoy this video. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so got my friendly buddy over here named Locks of Love gonna help me out with this video so I can go over everything that pertains to the add-ons and be able to use it on a target for y'all, or that needs to be used on myself. So the first thing we're gonna go over, just because I get a lot of comments about this, is my tell me when. So you want to type in /TMW to bring it up. All right, this is what I have tracking right now. This is what tracks my Unfurling Darkness procs, what tracks my Devouring Plague when I have enough insanity, so I don't have to look at my bars. What you do, /TMW, you'll have 4 empty boxes when you first bring it up, and you're going to right-click one of them, okay? Then you're going to go and make sure you go to buff and debuff, okay? You're going to go to the icon, you're going to go to buff and debuff right here if you want to track your personal buffs and debuffs. So you're going to click on that, and then you're going to type in the name, right? So if I just re-click on this, Vampiric Embrace, you look for the Vampiric Embrace you're looking for, right? Right there. This is the current Vampiric Embrace. Fills you with Embrace of Shattering Energy for 15 seconds, causing you to heal a nearby ally for 80% of the damage done by single target effects, right? Now, in order to track how long it's up for, you have to click Show Timer and Show Timer Text. That's how you want to do for buffs. So that could work for Divine Shield, Divine Favor, Icy Veins, any of that. Boom. That's what this works for, okay? Now, for reactive abilities, right? For reactive, like let's say Devouring Plague, you have to click on, instead of buff or debuff, you have to click on reactive ability, okay? And then the same thing, Devouring Plague, show timer text. That is going to show once you have enough insanity for that ability, or whatever ability you guys are trying to use, it will then pop up for you, okay? That's what you want to do when it comes to that one. Unfurling Darkness is a buff, technically, so it's going to be buff and debuff for you Shadow Priest out there, okay? For my Greater Fade, it's I type in the tool text. It makes it, for some reason, sometimes when you type in Greater Fade, it doesn't work. So what you have to do is type in Greater Fade and then right click it. You see how there's a number next to it, 213602. All you do is right click it, and it puts the actual text number in there instead of the spell, and it will work for you. I know some people have been trying it with just shift left clicking Greater Fade. I would recommend doing the actual number for it. And again, show timer text. It is that simple for Tell Me When. You can track anything on Tell Me When. You can track your cloak procs. You can track your essence procs. You can track your Vita Charge procs. Anything you guys want to personally track, you can track. Okay, and I'm gonna show you again for all you guys who watch the videos how it works. So if I duel my buddy here, I'm just gonna go and type to him, just get hit a bit, LOL. All right, so I'm gonna use his pet first. But see, I Vampiric touched him. My Unfurling Darkness up. Boom, I could put it on him now. Right? It's that simple. It just goes off of the reactive ability, right? Because it's the buff. So now that I'm gonna go ahead and drain his little pet here until I have enough Devouring Plague. Boom, my Insanity's up for Devouring Plague, and then there we go. Right, and I can throw Devouring Plague and then Unfurling Darkness. That simple, guys. It's that simple when it comes to tracking these abilities. And that's how Tell Me When works, okay? So next I'm going to show you guys is my actual nameplate add-on, as you guys are looking at right now. What I use is an add-on called Threat Plates. As you can see, you see that their health bar, You see his pet's health bar, but his pet, if you look at it, is super diluted in transparency, right? Because my off targets, if you look over there, that lizard, same thing. They you want to be focused on your kill target, right? But you still want to be able to track your off targets, and that's what I have it set up as. Whoever I'm targeting is a little bit more highlighted. You can see their shields that are on them, all that good stuff, right? Now, it also tracks CC, right? So if I go in Vampiric Touch and then stun him with Psychic Core, you see my stun is right on top of him. Silence, same thing, shows the cooldown or the timer. Fear, boom, same thing. And look, you can see his little pet has 3 seconds over there. It's a good way to track everything in the arena without having to look at their portraits, without having to take your eyes off the battle. This is called threat plates. And if you guys want to set it up, you go to my interface, go to add-ons, go to threat plates, click on threat plates, and this is where you guys can get the customization from, okay? So the biggest thing you guys want to customize, in my opinion, is what you want to track on threat plates. So in order to do that, you have to go to widgets, you have to go to auras, and then you have debuffs and buffs. Now, I don't normally track the buffs of my enemies, but if you want to track what they're popping cooldown wise, kind of like an Omni-Bar but on their nameplate, you can go to buffs, and then you can show enemy buffs, either dispellable or just all. Completely up to you. But if let's say you click all, but you don't want to see, let's say he has a powered fortitude on him, and you don't want to track that. In this bottom area, you'll see what's called filtered auras. Whatever you type inside of filtered auras will not be shown on the threat plate, okay? So here's an example. Debuffs. I track all my personal dots on the target and then all CCs on the target, right? So if you go to debuffs and you see I scroll down here, you'll see all these are what I don't want to track, and I keep them for all my classes. Same profile, right? So for my hunter, I don't want to track kill command, growl, any of those abilities, right? For cauterize, for when I was on my rogue and I had my engineer helmet, I don't care about tracking that. Condensed life force, things like that. For instance, poisons, right? If you're a rogue out there, you know if you're hitting the target, they're going to have your poisons on them. When I play my rogue, I don't need to know my poisons are on them, because if I'm connected, then I know they're on them. It's just an extra thing that I have to try to pay attention to instead of the actual dots on when I was playing assassination that I was trying to pay attention to, right? So if you see some of the things down here, like my Mind Flay, I don't need to track Mind Flay. I know if I'm attacking the target with Mind Flay, they have Mind Flay. If I stop casting Mind Flay, it's gone. So whatever you want to track debuff-wise will just automatically be tracked. Whatever you don't want to track debuff-wise, you go into filtered auras. All right? And that's that simple, guys. Make sure you have enemy debuffs shown. Check. And then yours. I don't recommend tracking everybody's. Track yours. Easier to track. That's how threat plates is. And then you can go through customization options through the health view. You go to general, health bar view, how big you want it, how wide you want it. The basics of any other health unit frames. You just adjust how you want it. Big, small, wide, however you want it. Super easy. The biggest thing about threat plates is literally doing the tracking part of it. And I just showed you guys how. So it should be very easy for you guys to go ahead and track that. And then the crowd control tabs right over here, right? Show a crowd control, dispellable, however you guys want it. Again, there's a filtered option also if you don't want to track minor crowd controls that are off the DR. For instance, dispelling a vampiric touch. You don't want to track that small little fear. You don't have to track it. Again, super easy to go through. The next add-on we are going to go through real quick is called Quartz. Quartz, you guys don't have to get, but I love my Quartz add-on. For me, if I'm going to show you guys, go into my Quartz, go into toggle bars. It is my cast bar, right? So when I cast Shadowman, I like having my big old Shadowman to watch right there, right? I love having that big old Shadowman. But let's say I set Locks of Love here to focus, right? Let's go ahead and set him to focus. I'm going to tell him to cast a fear. Go ahead and cast fear. Now, let's say I'm targeting that guy over there, and he is my off target. Boom, look at that giant noticeable fear. If I wasn't paying attention, my peripheral vision would notice this guy's casting fear on me. It's just a quality of life add-on. You don't have to get it, guys. I'm just showing you guys what I use and what I recommend. That's literally all Quartz is. You just toggle the bar, set up what you want, track pets if you want to track seduction, however you guys want to do it. Super easy to use. You literally just set up just like that. All right, guys. Now we're going to go over a few arena add-ons I'd like to show you. I got some of my viewers from stream to help me out with this. So let's say hi to Brain Freeze, Gorona, and Fred. They were generous enough to come out here and help me with this add-on video for the arena side. All right, so first thing I'm going to show you guys is an add-on called S Arena. If you're not familiar with Gladius or S Arena, I'm going to go over it real quick. So S Arena is like Gladius, but to me, it's a lot more smooth. It's cleaner. I feel like it just has a better feel to it. So I'm going to go and open it up for you guys and show you what it does. So this is S Arena. You can choose from 4 different styles: Blizzard Arena, Blizzard Target, Blizzard Tourney, or Zaryu. If you guys know who Zaryu is, like the most amazing mage that there is right now. So good at everything he does. Has his own YouTube channel and Twitch channel. Love the guy. He has his own style. I like the Blizzard. It's just my preference. So you can go into it and change the sizes you want with the horizontal, vertical scaling here. All right. You guys can change the cast bars, how big they are, the arena frames, where you want the trinkets to be shown. It's really nice because it tracks trinkets, it tracks DR, it tracks cast bars, and it tracks the class and spec that you're fighting. So watch, if I click test, you'll see here on the right, these all show polymorph, but those are DR trackings, right? Those are all DR trackers showing what is on DR. So I'm gonna have one of them real quick, just so you guys see this. I'm gonna have one of them kidney me. All right. Oh, he just turned me around. I'm gonna have him kidney me. But we're on different sides here, so I gotta message them through Real ID and have him kidney me real quick. And this is gonna show you guys something real quick as well that compare really good with DRs on both sides, so you can tell your team what's on DR. So when he gets to that, he's gonna kidney me, and that's gonna show you an add-on called Lose Control. And what Lose Control does is right there. See that countdown? 4, 3, 2, 1. It shows CC on yourself. All right. But since we're talking about DR, I wanted him to do that so I could show you something. So now that you got kidneyed, you can tell your team I got kidney, so they now know that I'm on DR for stuns. But then vice versa, I could tell them when I have DR up, right? So if I go ahead and stun Brain Freeze, and then let's say I silence Gorona, you'll see there's a stun DR on Brain Freeze and a silence DR on Gorona. Those are my DRs. So my team's like, hey, I got a full stun. Let's say I'm playing with a rogue. I got a full stun. I got a full stun. No. You got to wait 9 seconds, man. You got to wait 9 seconds. You can let them know that because you have this DR tracker here to the left of it. That's what S Arena does. And then Lose Control tracks cooldowns and CC on yourself. So when you get stunned, you can see, oh, I got a full stun there. Or if it's a 3-second stun, you're like, dude, I just got DR stun there. You can let your team know that. So the add-on on yourself is called Lose Control. And the add-on that I'm using here for tracking DRs and all that is called S Arena. I'll go and open it up so you guys can see that. You have S Arena and you have Lose Control, right? Those are the two. Ignore Rare Scanner. I was doing some rare stuff earlier. Threat plates, we already went over that is. Tell me when we already went over that is. Now, Omni CC is going to be the next thing I'm going to talk about real quick, all right? So Omni CC is really, really, really cool. What does Omni CC do, you ask? Well, if I fear them both, silence him, stun him, all right? You see on the bottom of my screen here that I have all my CC darkened and they're ticking down with a clock. That's what that does. It literally grays out your bar and puts a timer on there so you don't think that they're up. You ever look down at your screen when you're like back in the day and you're like, man, I think I have it up, and you look down and like, oh man, it was still off CD because the small little clock that Blizzard gives you. This makes it so much easier for your peripheral vision. If your peripheral vision sees an entire gray bar, you know none of your CC's up. Very, very good if you don't want to look at your bars. It just helps you not look at your bars. I love it. One of my favorite add-ons that I have. I recommend that to anybody. Lose Control, Omni CC, S Arena, Omni-Bar, which Omni-Bar, again, is not updated. So, unfortunately for Arena, I can't show you all the stuff for that. But these are the add-ons I recommend for Arena. Omni-Bar tracks all kicks, all stuns, all offensive abilities, all defensive abilities. You can literally track everything. You can track A-Bomb. You can track Anti-Magic Shield. You can track Vendetta. You can track Kidney. All the different types of kicks. Ice Block, Bubble. Omni-Bar is amazing. I just wish I could show you guys all that, but it's not updated right now for the pre-patch, so I can't show you that. But what I can show you is the kick. So I'm going to have the mage spell spell lock me. Well, it's not spell lock. It's just kick, but whatever. Let's go ahead and show him up. Waiting for him to do it. There it is. All right, you see it? There's a spell lock. It's counter spell. Now you can see it's not up for 19 seconds. So I know I can just free cast, right? Look at this. I can just free cast. But I know for 14 seconds, he ain't got a kick. Really nice to have, guys. Again, it tracks everything. Right now, it's only tracking kicks for me because it's not updated and I reset it. But that's, that is what it is. I still want to get this add-on guide out for you guys. Unfortunately, this is what we got. All right, so the last add-on we're going to get into before we get into the macro side of things is going to be details. So a lot of people already know what details is, but if you don't, I'm going to show you. Details is amazing. What it does is it tracks all the damage, the crowd control, the kicks, the spells, everything in the arena, the battleground, the RBG, the dungeon. Obviously, we're focusing on arena, but it tracks everything, guys. All right, so if I mind control this guy, right, and then I stun this guy, and then I silence this guy, and then I dispel this guy, well, guess what? When I go into damage done, it's going to show me where my damage came from. It's going to show 35% of my damage comes from Shadow Word Pain. It's going to show my dots, my procs, my Ancient Flame, my essences, all that. But it's also going to show my crowd control. So when your teammate goes, hey, man, I polyed that guy 20 times. And you're like, well, actually, you said you got one poly. We'll use mind control for poly, for example's sake, right? And it's like, no, there's no way. Well, you have the add-on to show exactly where it came from, right? But also you get to see how much more the other team did, right? If they did more or less than you guys did, it's just really nice to have. Details is amazing, right? So it shows all that. Dispel's done, damage done, interrupts. You can literally click what you want, right? There's so many different things you can go through. Buff, cooldowns used, debuff time, CC breaks, like who broke CC. So if I click this, and let's say this guy polyed, let's say I have a mage on my team, and he polyed somebody, and then I broke it. It would say EJ broke poly this amount of times, and what broke it. It's so many things you guys can check. It's amazing add-on to have. Not to call anybody out on, but just in general, just check where damage is coming from, especially if you are trying out new essences or traits or anything like that. Really good. It's going to come really good in Shadowlands when you're testing out all the new Covenant abilities and seeing what is the best setup for you guys, right? So, details, amazing. All right, we're going to move into the last part here, guys. The last part of this video, my macros. Very quick, very easy. I don't have a lot of them. I have cursor macros and focus macros and cancelaura macros. So the first one I'm going to show you guys is a cursor macro. So what is a cursor macro? You might have heard mouse over macro. You might have heard different terminologies of it, but it's essentially the same thing. A cursor macro is wherever your cursor is, the ability is going to be casted at, right? So if you have a trap, it'll go to where my cursor's at. If I have AMZ, it'll go over there. Mass Dispel, it'll go right here. So, the normal Mass Dispel, you use it. It goes a big green thing on circle on the ground, and you have to click. Well, that's like a 0.2 seconds of downtime. But with the cursor macro, it's instant. So I'm going to have my buddy here ice block. I'm going to show you. Ice block. I'm going to have him ice block. All right, I'm going to show you. Here it goes. Ready? He ice blocks in 3, hopefully in 3. There you go. Boom. Mass Dispel. Right? Look how quick that was. I didn't have to put it down. I didn't have to click on it. It just went straight there. As soon as I used the ability, right there. So good, guys. So good. I love my cursor macros. Okay? Again, that works for anything you guys can put on the ground. And a mouse over macro, it could be like my life swap, right? You can do a mouse over life swap. You can do a mouse over Leap of Faith. You also don't need macro. You don't need macros for that, but you could, because if you just use live swap and mouse over their portrait, it counts the same way, right? Or if I want to grip him and he's right in front of me, right? If I want to grip him, he's in his little target thing. I can't actually target him. There you go. Look at that. I can just mouse over it if I want to. Normally, I just use their portrait. It's super easy. It's super effective. You can make macros for it, like party 1 or party 2. Mouse over macros if you want to, however you guys want to do it. But you don't have to. Next thing I'm going to show you guys here are the focus macros. So these are called the karma harm macros. And what they do is if you have a target, but no focus target, they will still work on your target, right? But as soon as you get a focus target, they will be put onto your focus instead. All right. So for instance, you see I am targeting Brain Freeze, and then I have Garona. Well, this target equals focus harm macro, stun, silence, mind control. You see them all going on Garona over here? See them all? Yep. Those are all going to be focus macros. But again, if you have no focus, you can use these exact macros, and they will still work on your current target in like world PvP or duels. So it's good to have it. Very, very good to have it. All right. Next thing I'm going to show you guys real quick is called a aura cancel, or a cancel aura macro. Why is this good? Now, if you're playing a mage, if you're playing a windwalker with the rolls, or you're playing a shadow priest in dispersion, sometimes you'll disperse and somebody's almost dead and you need to get out of it real quick to death them. Well, that's where a cancel aura macro comes into effect. So this is what it looks like. And what I do here is I use it for my Mind Flay, because Mind Flay doesn't do damage unless you're out of dispersion, and you don't want to break it, right? So let's say I was playing with the mage, and the mage polyed the healer, and I'm targeting the healer at the time I use this cancel aura. It won't cast Mind Flay because I have to be out and I have to channel it. So the good thing about that is I can just go into dispersion, use Mind Flay, and it'll get me out of my my dispersion, and I don't nothing got to worry about it. But that's what a cancel aura is for. Same thing if you're a mage and you want to block offensively to keep the damage going and you get CC'd. You can just block, cancel aura, and then do your rotation. So that's what a cancel aura macro is. That's it. Those are really the 3 type of macros that I use. As for my UI, what I do here, again, is, you go to the interface. You go down to raid profiles. Click use raid style party frames. Make sure you have class colors so you can see, he's purple, he's a warlock, I'm white, I'm a priest. You can use class colors, and then you just set the height and width that you guys want if you want to have your party frames look like mine. That's all it is. It's not an add-on. It just looks just like that. All right, guys. Secondly, if you want to have the same kind of plates that I have, you want to use larger nameplates and personal resource display. So what that does is when I heal myself, see how it brings that little health bar below me? But then if I start getting insanity, it shows the insanity. That's what that is. That's if you want your UI to look like mine. Make sure you set it up like that, all right, guys? Other than that, that's pretty much all I have to go on about when it comes to macros, guys, and UI. Very simple, very easy guide. Just telling you guys what I use. If you guys need anything at all, please leave a comment down below. If you need any kind of personal one-on-one, you can reach me at twitch.tv/iphobia gaming, or you can reach me in game, all right, guys? Anything you guys need, please reach out to me. I'm here for you guys. If you guys want more kind of videos, let me know. I will come out with some soon. I will see you all in the next video.